What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I want to do a quick Shadow update for you. The last time we talked about Shadow, we were talking about their bankruptcies and their protections, both for the US and overseas for Shadow, for their current condition. They tried to raise money for the service. It wasn't successful. We have fallen way behind in activations, both due to the pandemic and, more importantly, it seems like the financial issues. We've had talk of buyers since March, at least 4. And now we've gotten an update that we're pretty much down to 2 buyers, and the judge is looking over that in the court. So that's kind of where we stand with Shadow right now. It has been continuing to move positive in the idea that Shadow will continue to exist, but we really don't know. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here as we get in. So let me click on this. I want to read what's coming right from Shadow here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit as we go. So the beginning of a new chapter is in sight. With just about 2 weeks to go, here's what you need to know. Earlier this week, the 2 companies bidding to take over Shadow presented their cases to the French administrative judge. The court will now review all available materials and make its final decision on April 30th, 2021. So I will definitely be watching for this decision, and when the information comes out, the next video will be coming out for Shadow to update. The great news, both companies submitted very strong bids and intend to continue our operations. And we can safely say both bidders are committed to continue and grow the business. And that's absolutely fantastic to hear. A big concern has been, even if someone were to purchase Shadow, that they would want to strip it down or absorb it or whatever the case may be. And while this still doesn't say necessarily for sure it will survive, it does at least say that their intention is for it to. So at least that's another step in a positive direction. Once the buyer has been chosen, we will work with them closely to announce our joint vision of the future of Shadow. We will get cracking on making the service the best damn thing you've ever experienced, which would be amazing. It's been a long, hard road, but regardless of the outcome, it's made one thing clearer than ever. We're grateful to have a community as magnificent as you, and we're elated to enter this next chapter with you by our side. In the meantime, it's business as usual at Shadow. We're heads down working on improving your gaming experience with regular updates, bug fixes, and improvements. And this is true. And I really appreciate this both as a content creator and a user of Shadow. They have not slowed down, even with the rough times, even with the bankruptcy situations, the buyers. They've continued to roll out updates and fixes on iOS, Android, PC, Mac. They've worked on their dual screen tech. They haven't slowed down. They've continued to try to deliver for the community while the business has been in this rough patch of not knowing what's going to happen. Now, to be clear, we still don't know for sure what's going to happen with Shadow. This judge has to make his or her decision. We have to see what's going to happen on April 30th. If all that goes through and Shadow is then purchased by one of these companies and one of the bids goes through, even though their intent is to keep Shadow going, we still don't know a lot. And that could change. They could decide not to do that. Nothing would necessarily be set in stone that they wouldn't change their mind. Also, how quickly will that then mean we can catch up on activations? Some people are still out to 2022. There's a lot of catch up to do. Will they be able to bring in a bunch of financing and hardware and move things quickly? Will we be able to get upgrades? Especially for Boost. Now, you can still kind of get away with the Infinite and Ultra tiers, even though they're going to need some CPU stuff too. Boost is really, really showing its age with the CPU and even the GPU now these days, and the small amount of storage. So we need at least upgrades to that base tier really quickly. We need activations to speed up, and we don't know what the price is going to do. This company hasn't been profitable, obviously, and I could see that they might need to up that price as well, and how many people will be willing to do that. So there's still a lot of questions with Shadow, but I'm super happy that at least things have moved in a positive way. We've got buyers that look like they do want to continue the service, improve it, and make it something great, which would be awesome because Shadow is literally one of the best virtual PCs you can use. Even with the outdated hardware, even with the bottlenecks, it's software, it's streaming capabilities. Shadow just works really, really well. So I'll be happy to see this continue to move positive. Hopefully this works out for the best. I know a lot of people use Shadow to make a living, to make content, to stream. to do AutoCAD, to do all kinds of things. And it would be a shame to see it not exist anymore. So let's hope we continue on. Guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I drop the next Shadow video, and as well as other content here. And definitely leave me your comments down below. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.